Question 1. What action must you take when you encounter this sign? A. Proceed with caution. B. Give way to all traffic. C. Stop and wait for a green light. D. Slow down, traffic has priority. Answers is B. Give way to all traffic. This give way sign means you must give way to all vehicles, pedestrians, or cyclists on the intersecting road, or any road you are joining. You must not proceed until it is safe to do so. Question 2. What does this road sign indicate you must do before proceeding? A. Slow down and proceed. B. Stop completely then give way. C. Give way to traffic on the right. D. Only stop if other traffic is visible. Answers is B. Stop completely then give way. A stop sign requires you to bring your vehicle to a complete stop before the stop line or intersection. After stopping, you must give way to all other vehicles, pedestrians, or cyclists before proceeding. Question 3. What does this sign mean for all vehicles at an intersection? A. No turning right allowed. B. No entry into this road or area. C. You must give way to oncoming traffic. D. Restricted entry for heavy vehicles. Answers is B. No entry into this road or area. This no entry sign means that no vehicles are permitted to enter the road or area beyond the sign. It is often used on one-way streets to prevent traffic from going against the flow. Question 4. What is the maximum speed permitted when this sign is displayed? A. Minimum speed is 50 km per hour. B. Maximum speed is 50 km per hour. C. Speed limit ends here. D. Advisory speed is 50 km per hour. Answers is B. Maximum speed is 50. This sign indicates a maximum speed limit of 50. Drivers must not exceed this speed in the area where the sign is applicable, even if conditions would allow for faster travel. Question 5. What does this sign indicate about the intersection ahead? A. No U-turns allowed. B. You are approaching a roundabout. C. Priority for traffic. D. One-way street ahead. Answers is B. You are approaching a roundabout. This sign warns drivers that they are approaching a roundabout. At a roundabout, you must give way to all traffic already in the roundabout, unless signs indicate otherwise, and travel in a clockwise direction. Question 6. What does this warning sign alert drivers to? A. Children's play area. B. A pedestrian crossing ahead. C. No pedestrians allowed. D. Shared path for pedestrians. Answers is B. A pedestrian crossing ahead. This warning sign indicates that there is a marked pedestrian crossing ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down and stop if pedestrians are using or about to use the crossing. Question 7. What restriction does this sign impose on drivers? A. No turning allowed. B. No overtaking other vehicles. C. Speed limit applies here. D. Overtaking is only allowed on right. Answers is B. No overtaking other vehicles. This no overtaking sign prohibits drivers from overtaking other motor vehicles. This restriction is usually put in place where overtaking would be unsafe, such as on winding roads, near intersections, or approaching a crest. Question 8. What does this sign mean regarding stopping or leaving your vehicle? A. No stopping allowed. B. No parking allowed. C. Parking for certain vehicles. D. Loading zone ahead. Answers is B. No parking allowed. This no parking sign means you are not permitted to park your vehicle in the area where the sign is displayed. You may stop briefly to pick up or drop off passengers or goods, but the driver must remain with the vehicle. Question 9. What type of road is by this sign? A. Two-way traffic ahead. B. One-way road. C. Motorway entrance. D. Road for priority vehicles. Answers is B. One-way road. This sign indicates that you are entering or are on a one-way road. All traffic must travel in the same direction as by the sign. Be mindful of vehicles entering from side roads who may not be aware of the one-way flow. Question 10. What does this warning sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Road widening ahead. B. Road narrows on both sides. C. Merge with traffic from both sides. D. Two-way traffic resumes. Answers is B. Road narrows on both sides. This sign warns drivers that the road ahead will narrow from both the left and right sides. Drivers should prepare to adjust their speed and position and be mindful of other vehicles when the road narrows. Question 11. What does this warning sign indicate to drivers? A. Dangerous curve to the left. B. Dangerous curve to the right. C. Road is winding. D. Sharp turn ahead. Answers is B. Dangerous curve to the right. This sign warns drivers of a dangerous curve to the right ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed, position their vehicle appropriately, and be prepared for the change in road direction to navigate the curve safely. Question 12. What does this warning sign mean for drivers? A. Detour ahead. B. Roadworks ahead. C. Rough road surface. D. Lane closure ahead. Answers is B. Roadworks ahead. This roadworks sign warns drivers that there are roadworks ahead. Drivers should slow down, be prepared for hazards such as uneven surfaces, loose materials, temporary lane changes, and workers on or near the road. Question 13. What maneuver is prohibited by this road sign? A. No stopping here. B. No U-turn allowed. C. No turning left. D. No parking on this road. Answers is B. No U-turn allowed. This no sign means that making a U-turn is prohibited at this location. This is usually due to safety concerns, limited visibility, or traffic flow management. Question 14. What road condition does this warning sign indicate? A. Loose gravel ahead. B. Slippery road ahead. C. Uneven road surface. D. In the road. Answers is B. Slippery road ahead. This slippery road sign warns drivers that the road surface ahead may be slippery, especially in wet or icy conditions. Drivers should reduce speed, avoid sudden braking or steering, and increase their following distance. Question 15. What does this warning sign tell you about the road ahead? A. Steep ascent ahead. B. Steep descent ahead. C. Road becomes uneven. D. Winding road downhill. Answers is B. Steep descent ahead. This steep descent sign warns drivers of a significant downward slope in the road. Drivers should select a lower gear to use engine braking, reduce speed, and be prepared for increased stopping distances. Question 16. What does this sign indicate about the road you are on? A. You must give way. B. You are on a priority road. C. The road is a one-way street. D. You must stop ahead. Answers is B. You are on a priority road. This priority road sign indicates that you are driving on a road where you have priority over traffic entering from minor roads, unless otherwise by other signs or traffic signals. Question 17. What does this sign mean for the priority of your road? A. Priority road continues. B. End of priority road. C. New priority road begins. D. Give way to oncoming traffic. Answers is B. End of priority road. This end of priority road sign indicates that the priority you had on the previous section of road no longer applies. You should be prepared to give way at upcoming intersections or adjust to new priority rules. Question 18. What does this warning sign alert you to? A. Roundabout ahead. B. Traffic lights ahead. C. Emergency services ahead. D. Pedestrian crossing. Answers is B. Traffic lights ahead. This traffic light ahead sign warns drivers that they are approaching an intersection or area controlled by traffic lights. Drivers should be prepared to slow down and stop if necessary. Question 19. What does this warning sign indicate is ahead? A. School bus stop. B. Children likely to be present. C. Playground area. D. Pedestrian crossing ahead. Answers is B. Children likely to be present. This children sign warns drivers that they are in an area where children may be present on or near the road, such as near a school or playground. Drivers should reduce speed and be extra vigilant. Question 20. What does this warning sign indicate regarding other road users? A. Motorcyclists ahead. B. Cyclists entering or leaving. C. No cycling allowed. D. Shared path ahead. Answers is B. Cyclists entering or leaving. This cyclist sign warns drivers that cyclists may be entering or leaving the roadway ahead, often from a cycle path or side road. Drivers should be prepared to give way and exercise caution. Question 21. What does this warning sign indicate about the crossing ahead? A. Railway crossing. B. Railway crossing. C. Tram crossing ahead. D. Level crossing with barriers. Answers is B. Railway crossing. This railway crossing sign warns of an unprotected railway crossing with a single track. Drivers must be prepared to stop and look for trains before crossing. Question 22. What does this warning sign alert you to regarding railway tracks? A. Railway crossing. B. Railway crossing. C. Tram lines ahead. D. Railway station ahead. Answers is B. Railway crossing. This railway crossing sign warns of an unprotected railway crossing with more than one track. Drivers must be extremely cautious, stopping and checking for trains on all tracks before crossing. Question 23. What does this warning sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Road narrows on left. B. Road narrows on the right. C. Merge lane from the right. D. Road ends on the right. Answers is B. Road narrows on the right. This sign warns that the road ahead narrows on the right side. Drivers should be aware of this change, adjust their position, and be prepared to merge or give way if necessary, particularly if there is traffic alongside. Question 24. What road condition does this warning sign indicate? A. Slippery road ahead. B. Loose gravel or stones. C. Uneven road surface. D. Construction debris ahead. Answers is B. Loose gravel or stones. This loose gravel sign warns that there are loose stones or gravel on the road surface. Drivers should reduce speed, avoid sudden braking or steering, and be aware that loose material can be thrown up by tires, potentially damaging other vehicles. Question 25. What does this warning sign indicate about the road surface? A. Smooth road ahead. B. Uneven road ahead. C. Road with humps. D. Slippery road. Answers is B, uneven road ahead. This uneven road sign warns drivers that the road surface ahead is uneven. This could include bumps, dips, or generally rough pavement. Drivers should reduce speed to maintain control and comfort, and to prevent damage to their vehicle. Question 26. What does this warning sign indicate is present on the road? A, ahead, B, hump or speed bump ahead, C, steep descent, D, uneven road surface. Answers is B, hump or speed bump ahead. This hump sign warns drivers of a hump or speed bump in the road. Drivers should reduce their speed significantly before reaching the hump to avoid discomfort, loss of control, or damage to their vehicle's suspension. Question 27. What does this warning sign indicate about the road surface ahead? A, road narrowing, B, ahead, C, speed bumps, D, slippery surface. Answers is B, ahead. This sign warns drivers of potholes in the road surface ahead. Drivers should be cautious, reduce speed, and be prepared to steer around them if safe to do so, or to prevent tire or vehicle damage. Question 28. What hazard does this warning sign indicate? A, steep cliff edge, B, falling rocks or debris, C, tunnel ahead, D, road works ahead. Answers is B, falling rocks or debris. This falling rocks sign warns drivers of the risk of rocks or debris falling onto the roadway, often found near steep rock faces or hillsides. Drivers should be vigilant and prepared for sudden obstacles on the road. Question 29. What environmental condition does this warning sign indicate? A, strong headwinds, B, strong side wind, C, turbulence ahead, D, windy road ahead. Answers is B, strong side wind. This side wind sign warns drivers of a section of road where strong crosswinds may be experienced. This is especially important for vehicles, motorcyclists, and those towing trailers, as it can affect vehicle stability. Question 30. What does this warning sign indicate about the upcoming intersection? A, major road intersection, B, junction with a minor road, C, roundabout ahead, D, traffic lights ahead. Answers is B, junction with a minor road. This sign indicates a junction ahead where a minor road joins the main road. Drivers should be aware of potential traffic entering from the side and be prepared to react, even if they have priority. Question 31. What specific turn is prohibited by this sign? A, no U-turn allowed, B, no right turn allowed, C, no left turn allowed, D, no stopping on right. Answers is B, no right turn allowed. This no right turn sign prohibits drivers from making a right turn at the intersection or point where the sign is displayed. Drivers must find an alternative route to proceed in that direction. Question 32. What specific turn is prohibited by this sign? A, no U-turn allowed, B, no left turn allowed, C, no right turn allowed, D, no entry to vehicles. Answers is B, no left turn allowed. This no left turn sign prohibits drivers from making a left turn at the intersection or point where the sign is displayed. Drivers must find an alternative route if they wish to proceed in that direction. Question 33. What action does this mandatory sign require? A, turn left only, B, proceed straight ahead only, C, turn right or left, D, optional straight movement. Answers is B, proceed straight ahead only. This proceed straight sign indicates that vehicles must proceed straight ahead and are not permitted to turn left or right at the intersection or junction. Question 34. What action does this mandatory sign require? A. Proceed straight only. B. Turn right only. C. Turn left or right. D. No right turn. Answers is B. Turn right only. This turn right sign indicates that vehicles must turn right at the intersection or junction. No other movements are permitted from the lane or point where the sign is. Question 35. What action does this mandatory sign require? A. Proceed straight only. B. Turn left only. C. Turn right or left. D. No left turn. Answers is B. Turn left only. This turn left sign indicates that vehicles must turn left at the intersection or junction. No other movements are permitted from the lane or point where the sign is. Question 36. What movement options does this mandatory sign provide? A. Turn right only. B. Proceed straight or turn right. C. Proceed straight only. D. Turn left or right. Answers is B. Proceed straight or turn right. This proceed straight or right sign indicates that drivers in this lane or at this point must either proceed straight ahead or turn right. Other movements, such as a left turn, are prohibited. Question 37. What movement options does this mandatory sign provide? A. Turn left only. B. Proceed straight or turn left. C. Proceed straight only. D. Turn right or left. Answers is B. Proceed straight or turn left. This proceed straight or left sign indicates that drivers in this lane or at this point must either proceed straight ahead or turn left. Other movements, such as a right turn, are prohibited. Question 38. What action does this mandatory sign require drivers to take? A. Turn right ahead. B. Pass obstacle on the right. C. Road curves to the right. D. Keep right of median. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on the right. This pass obstacle on the right sign indicates that drivers must pass the obstacle, such as a traffic island or road division, on the right side. It directs traffic flow around a central obstruction. Question 39. What action does this mandatory sign require drivers to take? A. Turn left ahead. B. Pass obstacle on the left. C. Road curves to the left. D. Keep left of median. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on the left. This pass obstacle on the left sign indicates that drivers must pass the obstacle, such as a traffic island or road division, on the left side. It directs traffic flow around a central obstruction. Question 40. What facility does this sign indicate for road users? A. No cycling allowed. B. Cycle track. C. Shared path for cyclists. D. Cyclists give way. Answers is B. Cycle track. This cycle track sign indicates a path exclusively for bicycles. Cyclists must use this path, and other vehicles or pedestrians are generally prohibited or have specific restrictions. Question 41. What facility does this sign indicate for road users? A. No pedestrians allowed. B. Pedestrian track. C. Shared path for pedestrians. D. Pedestrian crossing ahead. Answers is B. Pedestrian track. This pedestrian track sign indicates a path exclusively for pedestrians. Pedestrians should use this track, and other vehicles or cyclists are generally prohibited from using it. Question 42. What type of road are you entering when you see this sign? A. Priority road, B. Motorway or expressway, C. Road for fast traffic, D. One-way street. Answers is B. Motorway or expressway. This motorway sign indicates the beginning of a motorway or expressway. Motorways have specific rules, including minimum speed limits where posted, no stopping, and restricted entry for certain types of vehicles. Question 43. What does this sign indicate about the road you are on? A. New motorway begins, B. End of motorway or expressway, C. Road narrows ahead, D. Speed limit increased. Answers is B. End of motorway or expressway. This end of motorway sign indicates that the special rules and conditions of a motorway no longer apply beyond this point. Drivers should be prepared for changes in speed limits, traffic conditions, and the presence of more diverse road users. Question 44. What type of road does this sign signify? A. Motorway only, B. Road for motor vehicles only, C. Priority road, D. Road with speed limit. Answers is B. Road for motor vehicles only. This road for motor vehicles sign indicates a road where only motor vehicles are permitted. Pedestrians, cyclists, and vehicles are generally prohibited. It's similar to a motorway but may have lower design standards. Question 45. What does this sign indicate about the road you are on? A. New road for motor vehicles, B. End of road for motor vehicles, C. Motorway ends, D. Speed restrictions lifted. Answers is B. End of road for motor vehicles. This end of road for motor vehicles sign indicates that the previous restrictions, limiting the road to motor vehicles only, no longer apply. This means other road users like cyclists and pedestrians may now be present on the roadway. Question 46. What does this sign indicate about the lane it applies to? A. Parking lane, B. Emergency stopping lane, C. Bus lane, D. Lane for slow vehicles. Answers is B. Emergency stopping lane. This emergency stopping lane sign indicates a lane specifically for emergency stopping. It is not for general travel, parking, or breaking down unless it is a genuine emergency. Question 47. What maneuver is permitted at a location marked with this sign? A. No U-turn allowed, B. Place for U-turn, C. Turn right only, D. Left turn only. Answers is B. Place for U-turn. This place for sign indicates a area where U-turns are permitted and often to reverse direction. This is typically at controlled intersections or specific points on a road. Question 48. What does this sign suggest for optimal driving conditions? A. Mandatory speed limit, B. Recommended speed of 50 km per hour, C. Minimum speed of 50 km per hour, D. Maximum speed limit. Answers is B. Recommended speed of 50. This recommended speed sign indicates a speed that is considered appropriate for optimal conditions on that stretch of road. It is not a mandatory speed limit, but an advisory speed to ensure safety and smooth traffic flow. Question 49. What type of area does this sign designate? A. Restricted parking area, B. Residential area or living zone, C. Pedestrian zone, D. No through road area. Answers is B. Residential area or living zone. This residential area sign indicates the beginning of a residential area or living zone. Within such areas, special rules apply to promote safety for residents and pedestrians, often including speed limits and specific parking regulations. Question 50. What does this sign indicate about the residential area? A. New residential area begins. B. End of residential area. C. Speed limit. D. Pedestrian zone ends. Answers is B. End of residential area. This end of residential area sign indicates that the special rules and conditions applicable to a residential area or living zone no longer apply beyond this point. General road rules and speed limits will resume. Question 51. What does this information sign indicate ahead? A. Underground crossing. B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. C. Footpath only. D. School crossing. Answers is B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This pedestrian crossing ahead sign informs drivers that there is a marked pedestrian crossing further along the road. Drivers should be prepared to slow down and stop if pedestrians are using or about to use the crossing. Question 52. What facility does this sign indicate is ahead? A. No parking zone. B. Parking place ahead. C. Bus stop ahead. D. Emergency stopping lane. Answers is B. Parking place ahead. This parking place ahead sign indicates that there is a parking area or car park further along the road. Drivers looking to park should prepare to turn or enter this area. Question 53. What does this sign indicate about public transport? A. No bus access. B. Bus stop ahead. C. Bus lane begins. D. Public transport priority. Answers is B. Bus stop ahead. This bus stop ahead sign indicates that there is a bus stop further along the road. Drivers should be aware of buses stopping, pulling out, and passengers boarding or alighting. Question 54. What service is available at the location by this sign? A. Hospital nearby. B. First aid post. C. Police station. D. Emergency telephone. Answers is B. First aid post. This first aid post sign indicates the location of a facility where first aid services are available. It's important to know for or if you encounter someone in need. Question 55. What service is available at the location by this sign? A. First aid post. B. Hospital. C. Medical center. D. Pharmacy. Answers is B. Hospital. This hospital sign indicates the location of a hospital. Drivers needing emergency medical attention or visiting a patient should follow directions to this facility. Question 56. What service is available at the location by this sign? A. Information point. B. Telephone available. C. Emergency call box. D. Police assistance. Answers is B. Telephone available. This telephone sign indicates a public telephone is available at this location. This can be useful for making calls, especially in areas with poor mobile phone reception. Question 57. What information does this supplementary plate provide? A. Distance to speed limit. B. Distance to the main science object. C. Length of restriction. D. Turn direction. Answers is B. Distance to the main science object. This distance to object plate indicates that the object or condition by the main sign is at a distance of 300 meters straight ahead. Drivers have time to prepare. Question 58. What does this supplementary plate indicate about the main science application? A. Applies right only, B. Applies left only, C. Applies both left and right, D. No turning left. Answers is B. Applies left only. This direction of application left plate indicates that the main sign to which it is attached applies only to the left direction, or to a situation on the left side of the road. Question 59. What does this supplementary plate warn drivers about? A. Vehicle repair service, B. Zone, C. Vehicle inspection point, D. Heavy vehicle route. Answers is B. Zone. This zone sign indicates that vehicles parked illegally in this area may be towed away at the owner's expense. Drivers should ensure they are legally parked to avoid. Question 60. What does this supplementary plate indicate about the road layout? A. Parking area, B. Safety island or refuge, C. Traffic diversion, D. Roundabout ahead. Answers is B. Safety island or refuge. This safety island sign indicates a safety island or refuge area, often for pedestrians or as part of a traffic calming measure. Drivers should be aware of its presence and navigate safely around it. Question 61. What does this warning sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Steep descent ahead, B. Steep ascent ahead, C. Winding road uphill, D. Road becomes uneven. Answers is B. Steep ascent ahead. This steep ascent sign warns drivers of a significant upward slope in the road. Drivers may need to change to a lower gear to maintain power and speed, and be aware of visibility over the crest. Question 62. What hazard does this warning sign indicate is ahead? A. River crossing ahead, B. Embankment or quayside ahead, C. Bridge ahead, D. Road ends at water. Answers is B. Embankment or quayside ahead. This embankment or quayside ahead sign warns drivers that the road is approaching an embankment or a quayside, where there is a risk of driving off into water. Drivers should exercise extreme caution. Question 63. What does this warning sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Overpass ahead, B. Tunnel ahead, C. Low bridge ahead, D. Underpass ahead. Answers is B. Tunnel ahead. This tunnel sign warns drivers that they are approaching a tunnel. Drivers should turn on their headlights, remove sunglasses, and be prepared for changes in light levels and potentially visibility or ventilation. Question 64. What hazard does this warning sign indicate on the road? A. Road narrows ahead, B. Dangerous hard shoulder, C. Road works on shoulder, D. No stopping on shoulder. Answers is B. Dangerous hard shoulder. This dangerous hard shoulder sign warns that the shoulder of the road is unsafe for use, perhaps due to soft ground, uneven surface, or a drop-off. Drivers should avoid pulling over onto it. Question 65. What unusual hazard does this warning sign indicate? A. Airport nearby, B. Low-flying aircraft, C. Airfield ahead, D. Aircraft crossing road. Answers is B. Low-flying aircraft. This low-flying aircraft sign warns drivers that they may encounter low-flying aircraft, often near airfields or military bases. This can cause sudden noise and distraction, and drivers should be prepared. Question 66. What does this warning sign indicate about the upcoming intersection? A. Minor road on left, B. Minor road joins on the right, C. Crossroads ahead, D. Give way at side road. Answers is B. Minor road joins on the right. This sign indicates a minor road joining from the right. Drivers should be aware of potential traffic entering from this side road, even though traffic on the main road usually has priority. Question 67. What special crossing does this warning sign indicate? A. Ferry crossing. B. Drawbridge ahead. C. Tunnel ahead. D. Road floods easily. Answers is B. Drawbridge ahead. This drawbridge sign warns drivers of a drawbridge ahead, which may open to allow water traffic to pass. Drivers should be prepared to stop if the bridge is opening or closed to road traffic. Question 68. What type of animal hazard does this warning sign indicate? A. Wild animals ahead. B. Cattle crossing ahead. C. Horse riding area. D. Farm animals on road. Answers is B. Cattle crossing ahead. This cattle crossing sign warns drivers that livestock, particularly cattle, may be crossing or present on the road. Drivers should reduce speed and be prepared to stop to avoid hitting animals. Question 69. What animal hazard does this warning sign indicate? A. Domestic animals. B. Wild animals on road. C. Animal crossing point. D. Pets allowed off leash. Answers is B. Wild animals on road. This wild sign warns drivers that wild animals may be present on or near the road, especially at dawn, dusk, or night. Drivers should reduce speed and be extra vigilant to avoid collisions. Question 70. What does this sign indicate about the area ahead? A. Construction zone. B. Other danger or accident-prone area. C. Road closes ahead. D. Speed camera ahead. Answers is B. Other danger or accident-prone area. This other danger sign indicates a general hazard or an accident-prone area not covered by other specific warning signs. It alerts drivers to be extra cautious and vigilant for unexpected conditions or events. Question 71. What does this warning sign indicate about the road ahead? A. New road construction. B. Change of road surface. C. Rough road ahead. D. Slippery road. Answers is B. Change of road surface. This change of road surface sign warns drivers that the type of road surface ahead will change e.g., from sealed to gravel or vice versa. Drivers should adjust their speed and driving style accordingly. Question 72. What does this priority sign mean when facing oncoming traffic? A. You have priority. B. Oncoming traffic has priority. C. Stop for all traffic. D. Proceed with caution. Answers is B. Oncoming traffic has priority. This priority over oncoming traffic is sign or opposite traffic. Has priority indicates that you must give way to oncoming traffic, typically at a narrow section of road or bridge. Question 73. What does this priority sign mean for your vehicle in relation to oncoming traffic? A. Oncoming traffic has priority. B. You have priority over oncoming traffic. C. Merge with oncoming traffic. D. Stop for oncoming traffic. Answers is B. You have priority over oncoming traffic. This priority over oncoming traffic sign indicates that you have the right of way over vehicles approaching from the opposite direction, typically at a narrow section of road or bridge. Question 74. Which types of vehicles are prohibited from entry by this sign? A. No entry for all vehicles. B. No entry for motor vehicles. C. No entry for goods vehicles. D. No entry for cyclists. Answers is B, no entry for motor vehicles. This no entry for motor vehicles sign prohibits all motor vehicles from entering the road or area beyond the sign. It typically allows pedestrians and cyclists to pass. Question 75. What specific parking restriction applies with this sign? A. No parking on even days. B. No parking on days. C. No parking at any time. D. Parking restricted at night. Answers is B. No parking on days. This no parking on days sign means parking is prohibited on the side of the road where the sign is displayed, on any day of the month that has an odd number E, G. Question 76. What specific parking restriction applies with this sign? A. No parking on odd days. B. No parking on days. C. No parking at weekends. D. Parking allowed with permit. Answers is B. No parking on days. This no parking on days sign means parking is prohibited on the side of the road where the sign is displayed, on any day of the month that has an even number E, G. Question 77. What is the correct sequence for changing lanes safely? A. Signal, then check mirrors and blind spot. B. Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot, then move. C. Check blind spot, signal, then change lanes. D. Signal, move, then check mirrors and blind spot. Answers is B. Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot, then move. To change lanes safely, first check your inside mirrors, then signal your intention. Perform a head check blind spot check over your shoulder, and only then, if clear, smoothly steer into the new lane. Keep signaling until you are fully in the new lane. Question 78. What is a safe following distance in good driving conditions? A. 1 car length for every 10 km per hour. B. A gap behind the vehicle ahead. C. The distance you can stop in 1 second. D. Enough space to see their rear tires. Answers is B. A gap behind the vehicle ahead. A safe following distance in good conditions is typically a gap. To measure this, pick a fixed object ahead. When the vehicle in front passes it, count 1001, 1002. If you reach the object before finishing, you are too close. Increase this gap in poor conditions. Question 79. At an uncontrolled intersection in New Zealand, who must give way? A. Vehicles turning right. B. Vehicles turning right and all vehicles not on the main road. C. Vehicles approaching from the left. D. The first vehicle to arrive. Answers is B. Vehicles turning right and all vehicles not on the main road. At an uncontrolled intersection, the give way to your right rule applies, meaning vehicles turning right must give way to oncoming traffic. Additionally, if there is no main road, all vehicles must give way to traffic on their right. In practice, be prepared to give way to avoid a collision. Question 80. What is the correct procedure for merging onto a motorway? A. Stop at the end of the ramp and wait for a gap. B. Accelerate to match motorway speed, signal and merge safely. C. Slow down and signal before entering the motorway. D. Signal and immediately merge as motorway traffic will yield. Answers is B. Accelerate to match motorway speed, signal and merge safely. When merging onto a motorway, use the on-ramp to accelerate to a speed that matches motorway traffic. Signal your intention to merge, look for a safe gap in traffic, and then smoothly steer into the lane. Do not stop at the end of the ramp unless absolutely necessary due to traffic. Question 81. How close can you legally park to an intersection? A. Within 3 meters of any intersection. B. At least 6 meters from an intersection. C. Only where parking signs allow. D. Any safe distance if not obstructing. Answers is B, at least 6 meters from an intersection. In New Zealand, you must not park closer than 6 meters to an intersection, unless there are signs or markings that specifically allow it. This rule ensures good visibility for drivers at intersections and allows for safe turning maneuvers. Question 82. What should you do if an emergency vehicle approaches with sirens and lights? A. Increase speed to clear the way quickly. B. Pull over to the left and stop if safe. C. Continue driving, they will go around you. D. Stop in your current lane immediately. Answers is B. Pull over to the left and stop if safe. If an emergency vehicle, police, ambulance, fire approaches with flashing light sirens, you must safely move your vehicle to the left side of the road and stop. Wait until the emergency vehicle has passed before resuming travel. Do not stop in a position that blocks the emergency vehicle or creates further hazard. Question 83. When should you use your vehicle's indicators? A. Only when other vehicles are nearby. B. Before turning, changing lanes or stopping. C. After starting a turn or lane change. D. Only when directed by a traffic controller. Answers is B. Before turning, changing lanes or stopping. Should be used whenever you intend to change direction, change lanes, pull over, or leave a parking space. They communicate your intentions to other road users, allowing them to react safely and predictably to your actions. Question 84. When are you required to use your vehicle's headlights? A. Only when it's completely dark. B. From half an hour after sunset until half an hour before sunrise or in poor visibility. C. Only in adverse weather conditions like heavy rain. D. When driving faster than 80 kilometers per hour. Answers is B. From half an hour after sunset until half an hour before sunrise or in poor visibility. In New Zealand, you must use your headlights, not just parking lights or daytime running lights, from half an hour after sunset until half an hour before sunrise. They are also required at any other time when visibility is poor, such as in fog, heavy rain or mist, to ensure you can see and be seen by others. Question 85. When is it illegal to overtake another vehicle? A. On a multi-lane road. B. Approaching a curve, hill crest or intersection where visibility is limited. C. When the speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour or more. D. If the vehicle ahead is traveling slowly. Answers is B. Approaching a curve, hill crest or intersection where visibility is limited. It is illegal and highly dangerous to overtake when your visibility is limited, such as when approaching a curve, the crest of a hill, or an intersection. You must be able to see that the road ahead is clear for a sufficient distance to complete the maneuver safely. Question 86. What is the safest way to drive in fog? A. Use high-beam headlights to see further. B. Slow down, use low-beam headlights and increase following distance. C. Turn on hazard lights to alert others. D. Follow the tail lights of the vehicle ahead closely. Answers is B. Slow down, use low-beam headlights and increase following distance. When driving in fog, you should slow down significantly. Use your low-beam headlights and fog lights if you have them to avoid glare. Increase your following distance, be prepared for sudden stops, and use the left edge of the road as a guide. High beams reflect off the fog and worsen visibility. Question 87. What causes aquaplaning and how should you react? A. Too much air in tires, brake firmly. B. Tires losing contact with road due to water, ease off accelerator, don't brake. C. Driving too fast in dry conditions, steer sharply. D. Worn brakes, pump brakes quickly. Answers is B. Tires losing contact with road due to water, ease off accelerator, don't brake. Aquaplaning occurs when a layer of water builds up between your tires and the road surface, causing a loss of traction. If it happens, ease off the accelerator, hold the steering wheel straight, and do not brake or turn sharply until your tires regain contact with the road. Question 88. What must you do at a railway level crossing without barriers or signals? A. Speed up to cross quickly. B. Stop, look, listen for trains before crossing. C. Honk your horn to warn trains. D. Proceed if no train is immediately visible. Answers is B. Stop, look, listen for trains before crossing. At an unmarked railway level crossing no barriers or lights, you must slow down, stop if necessary, look both ways, and listen for approaching trains. Only cross when you are certain it is safe and there is no train in sight or hearing. Question 89. What action must drivers take when a school bus stops with flashing red lights? A. Pass with caution at a low speed. B. Stop in both directions until lights stop flashing. C. Only stop if children are visible. D. Overtake if safe as long as it's a single lane. Answers is B. Stop in both directions until lights stop flashing. When a school bus stops and activates its flashing red lights a stop sign arm, all vehicles travelling in both directions must stop until the lights stop flashing and the sign arm is retracted. This ensures children can cross the road safely. Question 90. At an unmarked intersection, which rule applies to give way? A. Give way to traffic on your left. B. Give way to traffic on your right. C. The first vehicle to arrive has priority. D. Vehicles proceeding straight have priority. Answers is B. Give way to traffic on your right. At an unmarked intersection, no signs, signals or markings, the general rule in New Zealand is to give way to traffic coming from your right. This is often referred to as the give way to your right rule. Question 91. What is your responsibility towards pedestrians at a crossing? A. Slow down and proceed if no one is on the crossing. B. Stop if pedestrians are on or about to step onto the crossing. C. Honk to alert pedestrians before they cross. D. Only stop if the crossing has traffic lights. Answers is B. Stop if pedestrians are on or about to step onto the crossing. At a pedestrian crossing, zebra crossing, you must give way to pedestrians who are on the crossing or are clearly waiting to step onto it. You must stop completely and allow them to cross safely. Look out for children, elderly, or those with who may take longer to cross. Question 92. What should you be aware of when driving past parked cars? A. Nothing, they are stationary and pose no threat. B. Doors opening, pedestrians and children running out. C. Only look out for vehicles pulling out. D. Speed up to reduce time in hazard zone. Answers is B. Doors opening, pedestrians and children running out. When driving past parked cars, you should always be prepared for hazards such as car doors opening suddenly, pedestrians, especially children, stepping out from between cars, or vehicles pulling out without warning. Maintain a safe distance and reduce your speed. Question 93. What is your obligation when entering or exiting a driveway? A. Priority over pedestrians on the footpath. B. Give way to all pedestrians and vehicles on the road or footpath. C. Signal, then proceed cautiously. D. Only give way to vehicles on the road. Answers is B. Give way to all pedestrians and vehicles on the road or footpath. When entering or exiting a driveway, you must give way to all pedestrians on the footpath and all vehicles on the road. Are considered minor access points, and traffic on the main road and footpath has priority. Proceed slowly and carefully, checking for all road users. Question 94. What safety precautions should you take when reversing your vehicle? A. Use mirrors only as they provide full view. B. check all around, reverse slowly and be prepared to stop. C. Sound your horn to alert pedestrians. D. Reverse quickly to minimize time spent in reverse. Answers is B. Check all around, reverse slowly and be prepared to stop. When reversing, it's crucial to check all around your vehicle using mirrors, head checks, and if available, a reverse camera for pedestrians, cyclists, and other obstacles. Reverse very slowly, keeping your foot near the brake and be prepared to stop instantly. If possible, avoid reversing onto busy roads. Question 95. Who is responsible for ensuring passengers under 15 years old wear? A. The passengers themselves. B. The driver of the vehicle. C. The parent or guardian if present. D. No one if the vehicle is traveling slowly. Answers is B. The driver of the vehicle. In New Zealand, the driver is legally responsible for ensuring that all passengers under the age of 15 years are correctly restrained in an approved child restraint, or failure to do so can result in a fine for the driver. Question 96. Which of the following is considered a major distraction while driving? A. Listening to the radio at a low volume. B. Using a mobile phone, even hands-free for calls. C. Checking the mirror frequently. D. Briefly adjusting the air conditioning. Answers is B. Using a mobile phone, even hands-free for calls. Any activity that takes your attention, eyes, or hands away from the primary task of driving is a distraction. Using a mobile phone, even hands-free for calls, can be a significant cognitive distraction, impairing your ability to react to hazards. Texting or holding the phone is illegal. Question 97. How should you react to an aggressive driver on the road? A. Retaliate with aggressive driving of your own. B. Avoid eye contact, maintain space and let them pass safely. C. Challenge them to assert your right of way. D. Use your horn and lights to signal your frustration. Answers is B. Avoid eye contact, maintain space and let them pass safely. If you encounter an aggressive driver, the safest course of action is to avoid confrontation. Do not make eye contact, maintain a safe following distance, and allow them to pass if they wish. Do not retaliate or engage, simply focus on your own safety and driving. Question 98. If your vehicle starts to skid, what is the best immediate action? A. Brake hard and steer opposite the skid. B. Ease off accelerator, steer gently into the skid. C. Turn off the engine and apply the handbrake. D. Maintain speed and try to steer out of it. Answers is B. Ease off accelerator, steer gently into the skid. If your vehicle skids, the best action is to gently ease off the accelerator and steer gently into the direction of the skid. This means if the rear of the car slides right, steer slightly right. Avoid braking hard as this can worsen the skid. Once traction is regained, straighten the steering. Question 99. What are the common warning signs of driver fatigue? A. Feeling hungry or thirsty. B. Yawning, heavy eyelids, difficulty concentrating, drifting. C. Feeling alert and energetic. D. Increased desire to drive faster. Answers is B. Yawning, heavy eyelids, difficulty concentrating, drifting. Warning signs of driver fatigue include frequent yawning, heavy eyelids, difficulty focusing, impaired judgment, drifting lanes, and missing exits or signs. If you experience these, you must stop driving immediately and rest or change drivers to avoid falling asleep at the wheel, which can be fatal. Question 100. How much space should you leave when passing a cyclist? A. At least 0.5 meter if safe. B. At least 1 meter in speeds under 60 km per hour, more above 60 km per hour. C. Enough to avoid touching them. D. The same as passing a parked car. Answers is B. At least 1 meter in speeds under 60, more above 60. When passing a cyclist in New Zealand, you must leave a minimum clear space of 1 meter if your speed is 60 or less, and a minimum of 1.5 meters if your speed is more than 60. This ensures their safety and allows for unexpected movements.